Hey everyone, it's Phil Swift here, and today we're going to be making a Minecraft Biomes tier list. This has probably been on my list of tier lists to make for like 4 years. And it's one of the longest running ones. I just found this one kind of on the internet. There's 50 little squares here. I went through this giant, wiki of all the biomes. There's like 3 kind of mini spin-off biomes that are missed, and when those come along, I'll, give them proper rankings based off where they're supposed to be. Like, for example, one of them is Savannah Plateau. That's supposed to be right after Savannah. But yeah, anyway, so in total, we're going to be ranking 53 biomes today. So I don't know how long this is going to be, but probably a pretty long video. Yeah, we've all played Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft since I was like 7. It's been a staple of my life for my entire childhood and beyond. We still have that annual 2-week phase. So yeah, I like to think of myself as a Minecraft connoisseur by this point. That sounded so stupid. I know it did, but I don't care. No one's gonna watch this anyway. So yeah, starting it off, we got a classic. Desert. Can't go wrong with the desert, except you actually can because I don't really like it. The desert. It's very basic. I mean, of course, you got your desert villages, which in my opinion is like the worst type of village, and you got desert temples. I do like desert temples. The wells are very useless. Other than that, it's literally just sand. I mean, deserts are very good for glass, but you could also just go to like any beach or like any river and find sand in the river. So you don't need a desert for sand, although they are the best for if you need like a shit ton of glass. And by that I mean like a full shulker box or more. But yeah, anyway, deserts. I don't know. They're very sparse. They're very dry. There's just a bunch of cactuses and maybe your occasional desert temple. There's not really too much to write home about. Kind of boring. Deserts, I'm gonna put in C tier because again, they do have the temples. I mean, it's just kind of boring. If it was just based off like the scenery and stuff alone, I'd put it in D. But I'm gonna put it in C because again, it is a classic. It's a classic. Yeah, can't go wrong with the desert. Savannah, I don't know. I feel like this is like what if the desert started growing trees, it'd be Savannah. I mean, that's kind of actually exactly what it is, low key. But I'm doing it anyway. Savannah. I mean, what is there to say about a savanna? I mean, the trees are weird. They grow diagonally, and what's it called? Acacia wood is like the worst wood in the entire game. Doesn't really give you much. Of course, there's savanna villages. I do actually like savanna villages, but like you never want to. There's nothing really there. Like you're never gonna make your forever base in a savanna biome, at least in my opinion. So savanna, I feel like deserves a spot right next to desert. Or should it go in D? No, I'm gonna put savanna in C. Because it is a classic, it's a cool kind of thing to run through. You see, no, I'm putting in D. I'm trying to convince myself it's not C. Like it's not working. At least desert is like has a nostalgia feel. Savannah is just there. It's just kind of like a placeholder. No one ever wants to be in a savannah. So yeah, I lied. Savannah is actually going to be D tier. There's really nothing there. And yeah, the first of the 3 missing biomes from this thing is Savannah Plateau, which is basically just the same thing as Savannah except raised. So it's just Savannah, except slightly more annoying. So it's not really that great because Savannah's already not that good. I mean, Savannah's pretty close to C tier, but it's still D tier. Savannah Plateau would just be like right below Savannah, also in D tier, because it's just Savannah, but you have to climb more. It's the same thing, you just have to climb. Windswept Savannah. This one's pretty interesting. What y'all know about Candy Crush Saga? Not the game, like the seed, the Minecraft seed. In like 2016 or whatever, before whatever that update was that mixed up all the seeds. If you put in Candy Crush Saga as the seed, it'd give you the craziest Windswept Shattered Savannah. Dude, that was crazy to see. I mean, that's completely irrelevant to ranking the biome, but sorry, just had to crack my neck. Yeah, what's up, Savannah? I like this particular picture because in a couple years ago, one of our 2-week phases, me and my group, we found a windswept Savannah with like one of these little lakes kind of in the middle of it, and that's where we just had to settle down. One of my friends, actually 2, like kind of carved mountains into their houses. There was like a gravelly hills or whatever right next to it that we were building houses on, and I built my house on the lake. It was a great spot. I mean, they're very annoying at first, but of course they can be terraformed. So can Savannah Plateau, but this you actually want to terraform it because it looks cool. But it still is very hard to navigate, and you could basically die at any moment. I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's an alright base spot. I wouldn't hate it, but sometimes it blocks your view. It can be very dangerous. I think there's goats now that can just knock you off cliffs, but it's very pretty. I'll give it that. It's very pretty. Next up, you got Badlands. Dude, I want to love Badlands so bad. Like, I wish Badlands were actually good because, like, this is like a great idea, terrible execution, in my opinion. Badlands could be so much better if, sorry. Next update, Mojang should like make Badlands better because right now all they have going for it is uniqueness. What else do you have? Terracotta, red sand. I mean, like, when are you going to ever use that? It's basically just a desert, but red. It only got uniqueness going for it. It's so cool in theory, but it's like, it doesn't really have that much to offer. Of course, you got your, Y level 60 mine shafts or whatever. But, there's just really nothing huge to write home about in Badlands, in my opinion. But I want to love it so bad. Mojang should make Badlands better, because the idea is there. I just don't really like the execution. But the uniqueness alone puts it in C tier, because it is really cool. It's a great biome to, find. It's pretty rare, so it's, cool, I guess. But yeah, Badlands, pretty solid C tier there. Wooded Badlands is to Savannah what Wooded Badlands is to Badlands what Savannah Plateau is to Savannah. I mean, of course, we don't have the official thing, but yeah, I'm gonna put Wooded Badlands. Probably just, probably in the same tier as Savannah Plateau, because it's like the same thing. But like, look, okay, so you can see in this picture that there's like a bunch of hills and stuff. This Wooded Badlands is just like, the trees are always on the top of hills. So like, if you want to actually get to a Wooded Badlands, you have to do a bunch of climbing through a biome that really doesn't have any much else except terracotta that's gonna help you anyways. It just seems kind of annoying and pointless to even get to a Wooded Badlands if you don't have an elytra. Like, there's just nothing that memorable. It's just wood. You just get wood. You can get that in a forest. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going to put it in D, because I want to love it so bad. I've been saying this about all the Badlands. But yeah, Eroded Badlands, I feel like this should be the standard. This should be what all Badlands are. This should just be the default Badlands, because I love this type of Badlands. I mean, I don't love it because it's on ARS, but I do like it better than normal Badlands. It's basically just the same thing as normal Badlands, except, like, look, it's just the picture. Like, these pictures perfectly represent what they are. I mean, of course they do. I didn't make this template, but whoever did, by the way, great photos. But yeah, Eroded Badlands, it's just, you can see like the layers in the mountains. I mean, it looks cool. Like, you're not gonna like climb each individual mountain. You're just gonna walk by and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's a great biome to see. It's very rare. It's very unique. And of course, just like Badlands and Wooded Badlands, it doesn't really have that much unique stuff to offer, except red sand. But yeah, I can't hate on Eroded Badlands, because Mojang had an idea that low-key should be the default that they implemented into here. So I can't hate on that. Ocean. By the way, I'm not counting. This is one of the 3 biomes that's missing. But ocean is like, there are a bunch of different types of ocean. Warm and frozen ocean are really the only 2 that are just different from a regular ocean. So I'm actually kind of glad there's like 7 different types of like deep cold ocean, deep, lukewarm ocean. They're all kind of the same, except warm and frozen. So whoever made this is low-key like a Minecraft connoisseur, because these are really the only 3 types of ocean that you need to care about, even though there's like 18 different types. So yeah, great job whoever made this. But yeah, this just goes for like all the cold and lukewarm oceans that are like literally all the exact same. Basic oceans, they have ocean monuments. Other than that, they're horrible. I mean, they have, shipwrecks, but those are very common and don't really have that much that's, remarkable anyways. They got ocean monuments, which are one of the most annoying, like, for the rewards you get for raiding an ocean monument, it takes so much effort. It's so annoyingly difficult to do it, and then you get, like, almost nothing, because you need water-breathing potions, you need to, like, there's, like, 3 different bosses in one monument. I gotta put it in F, man. Because, like, even though they do have that one structure, it's, like, it's the stupidest, like, why would, like, it's annoying to do, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just regular old oceans are gonna go into F, because it's just, there's nothing except water, and where there is other stuff except water, it's just overkill. Like, Mojang just tried to do too much. Warm Ocean, I can't hate on it. There are a ton, at least on Pocket Edition, there are a ton of achievements that are associated with Warm Ocean. For some reason, there's like 14 things, like achievements that you like need materials from a Warm Ocean to complete. That's just a random side note. I learned that when I was like 3 years ago, obsessed with doing every achievement. Yeah, Warm Ocean though, it's actually pretty cool, especially the coral reef parts. I'm gonna put it in B or C. I'm gonna put it in B. Just because it's a nice break from the stupidity of regular oceans. I just hate regular oceans, really. When you see something different, when you see the water look like that, when you see the coral reefs, when you see the on-land shipwrecks, the sea pickles, the different types of fish, the uniqueness of the warm ocean is just so nice. I'm glad the aquatic update added this to the game, because it's a nice break from just regular old oceans. And I think there's a lot of useful stuff in there as well, especially if you got Silk Touch late game. So yeah. Frozen Ocean. I mean, this one's pretty interesting. Our last ocean variant we're gonna rank. I mean, like what? I don't know. It's literally exactly what it sounds like. There's not that much to say about it. It is pretty cool though when ocean monuments generate underneath frozen oceans. Like there was 1 2 week Minecraft base. I think the last one we had like a couple months ago. Not a couple months ago. This was like almost a year ago. But yeah, on the walk to the stronghold, there was like 4,000 blocks of frozen ocean, and you passed like 2 ocean monuments. It was pretty cool, but it's so boring. I mean, at least it's not a regular ocean. At least there's kind of ice chunks. There's some stuff. There's polar bears. There's stuff to look at. But other than that, it doesn't have much to offer. It's just an ocean, and if you need ice, it's a great place to go. But other than that, it's just an ocean. It has no uniqueness like the Warm Ocean does. So yeah, D tier. Mushroom Island, dude. Mushroom Islands, if they were like slightly more common, they would be S tier. I gotta put them in A though, just because of how rare they are. You never find them. I wish they were slightly more common. I'm not saying I wish they were common because they should be rare. They just shouldn't be like the second rarest biome in the entire game. You know what I mean? Mushroom Islands are great though. No hostile mob spawn. They're very unique. They're just the vibe, I guess, of the Mushroom Island is just immaculate. Even though, again, similar to a lot of these biomes, it doesn't have a ton of unique material. It's just everyone knows about Mushroom Islands. Like you don't look at this and you say, "Oh, look, it's wooded badlands. How rare is that?" But you do look at a Mushroom Island and you're like, "Oh my goodness, I've always wanted to find one of these." Like this is kind of it's a what's that word? Oh my goodness, checkpoint. Yeah, it's a checkpoint in your Minecraft journey when you find a Mushroom Island. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone loves it. And even if you don't stay there, at least you found it once. It's just a cool thing to see. So I gotta put it in A tier. River. This I don't even know why this is even here. River. I mean, like, it's basically exactly what it sounds like, obviously. Like, I mean, what is there in rivers? What, water? Clay? What are you going to even use clay for? I mean, you got dirt, I mean, but you also got dirt literally everywhere else in the entire world. What is unique about a river that would constitute putting it in anything other than F? I mean, river is, like, literally just basic everything. It's like the most normal. I didn't even realize it was classified as a biome until like today when I was looking through this page. But yeah, river. I think that's a very easy F tier because I've pretty much said nothing about it because there's nothing to say about it. It's just a river. Frozen river. I mean, at least you can ride boats on it and go really really fast. Actually, yeah, no, actually it's pretty nice. Looky. I don't really like snow though. I'm still gonna put it in D because it's just a river. You just have snow, trees, and grass and water. I mean, there's nothing else, and ice, I guess, because it's frozen. You can ride your boat on it, which is pretty cool. You can jump on it, but you can also literally just jump on the land right next to it. Also exemplified in this image. Yeah, provides faster travel, but it's also very curvy and hard to do it on. So yeah, frozen river D tier because it's the same thing as a river but frozen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Swamp. Swamps are interesting. I feel like swamp is kind of like Mojang's attempt at making, making a plains and a forest, which are kind of the two huge biomes in the game that everyone knows about and everyone always spawns in. Like they tried to like forge the two of them into they tried to breed them. And so that was a really weird. Oh my god, what did I say? That's a stupid. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. They tried to breed forest and plains, and they bred swamp, and swamp is just not the offspring of forest and plains at all. Like this was Mojang's failed attempt to make a unique version of forest and plains. That's basically that's basically my point. I mean it is. I mean unique, but you don't look at a swamp and say, "Oh my god, a swamp! Yes!" It's kind of a gloomy biome. Like literally, just look at it. It's so dark. It's stupid. The water is gray. I'm gonna put it in C because I mean, of course, you got your slimes, you got your witch huts, you got your black cats, and I don't hate swamps because I don't hate forests and I don't hate plains, and it's basically a combination of the two. But like, actually, it's really not that much of a combination of the two. Like, ignore everything I said for the past like 3 minutes. But still, swamps are like they're all right. I can't hate on them, but I certainly can't love them either. So they're basically quintessential C tier because C tier is the perfect mid. So mangrove swamp, I feel like this was actually at least in recent memory, one of the better executed ideas that Mojang had. I feel like they tried to implement a lot of like unique biome themed ideas into the game, and a lot of them have flopped. But I actually kind of like mangrove swamps. I mean, you got mud, you got lily pads, you got better terrain generation. That's one of the big things. I mean, people like to look at the fixed changes like, oh my goodness, they added swamps, they added this, but they don't like look at they don't see the things that they altered from their originality, I guess. They just alter the terrain generation, and I like it. I like the way that mangrove swamps look. I like the way that you can walk through them. I like how, thorough they are. So I think they're a solid B tier. They're just a better version of a regular swamp. I feel like Mojang actually just did a good job of improving swamps. So yeah, solid B tier. Beach, I mean, really? Well, like, why is this even here? This is the same thing as river. I mean, they're just the most basic thing you could possibly have in the game. I mean, like, look at this picture. There's nothing except sand and grass. Can you see any other block in this picture that isn't sand and grass? And I mean, water because it's a beach? No, you can't, because there's nothing there. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's turtles, but, I'm going to ignore that. Beach is F tier anyways. Stony Shore, oh my god, like, a lot of these biomes are just so unremarkable. Like, Stony Shore, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a stone beach. And I mean, I guess beaches are good if you want to find sand. What's a stony shore good for? Stone? What, you're not gonna find stone underground? Like, I mean, really? Come on. Like, stony, like, why would you even add this to the game? What point does it have? I mean, I guess for realistically speaking, I guess there's stone shores in real life too. But I feel like other than that, there's no reason for them to even be in the game. Like, stony shores are just, they're like an absence of anything remarkable. You've got stone and you've got water and nothing else. This is the quintessential F tier biome. It's even worse than beach. It's just like beach, except you can't even use stone to make glass. You use stone to make stone, and you can find stone everywhere else. Plains. All right, finally we're getting into like somewhat competent biomes. Plains. You cannot go wrong with the plains. I know I said that about whatever other desert. I think. Yeah. Plains is just A tier. No, not S. Wow. Plains is A tier. Because it's such a classic. When you think of the word Minecraft and like terrain generation and you spawning into a world, you're probably thinking of either a forest or a plains biome. Hold on. Ugh. Yeah, anyway, probably thinking of either a forest or a plains biome because like those are the two classics and you can't go wrong with plains. It's so easy to explore, so easy to navigate. I will say at night is gonna be dangerous, but like literally just run. As long as you have food, you'll be fine. It's a great place to build. That's kind of the big thing. It's a great place to build. It's a great place to settle down, especially if you're near any other biome. Plains doesn't really work by itself, but it does if you're near any other biome. And, because they're so common, you always find other biomes next to it. Yeah, great place to settle down and make a base. Also, villages. Plains villages are just unmatched. Such a vibe. I love Plains villages. But yeah, quintessential A tier biome here. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with it other than, you gotta light it up with torches, I guess, to keep yourself safe. But, that really shouldn't be a problem because coal isn't that hard to find. Sunflower plains. These are pretty much just like very tiny, less common versions of regular plains. It's pretty much exactly what it looks like. Except like this picture right here is probably like the entirety of the biome. They're always very small, but like I can't hate on it. It's literally just a regular plains with sunflowers in it. Like, it's very similar to normal plains, so I can't hate on it. I do like the sunflowers, like, are actually coded into the game to, like, do the same thing they do in real life, which is face the sun. It's just a nice little touch that Mojang added. I appreciate it. Sunflower plains, can't hate on it. It's not S tier. Wow, A tier. Snowy plains. Basically, okay, so you're gonna see a theme throughout this video as we get into more of the snowy biomes. That, I have this notion that, like, a snowy version of a biome is just like that original biome but worse, because it's just the same biome but with strays, which are the skeletons that shoot slowness arrows, and powdered snow, which you can sink and freeze to death in. So snowy plains is just plains but worse. I can't hate on it because it's plains and you can still find villages, you can still find all the things you find in regular plains, pillar drop posts, whatever. I'm gonna put it in C tier though because it's just that much worse than regular plains. Like this is just so extra. Like I would just so much rather have a regular plains than a snowy plains because it just, first of all, look, this is so green. There's so much greenery. This is like just white. We all hate white. Easily the worst part about playing Minecraft is all the whites. I hate whites. You know what I mean? Snowy plains, C tier. Wow, look at how even the distribution is. There will be S tier biomes, I promise. Ice spikes. I've never really understood the hype around ice spikes, I'm gonna be honest, because it's literally just like regular plains or regular hills with just a bunch of ice towers that you could find in any other biome that has ice. I mean, of course, maybe, ice isn't that common, but you could find a frozen ocean, frozen river, and literally anything else, frozen peaks right here. Like, I mean, I guess it looks cool. It's kind of like the eroded Badlands version of Badlands, the eroded Badlands version of like Snowy Plains, except like less well executed. So I can't really rank it anything above B. I will. I'm not saying it's a bad biome. I'm gonna put it in B because I do like ice spikes, I guess. But I've just never understood the hype around it. Like it's not terrible. It's just certainly not good either. So I think B tier is a good tier for it. It's probably pretty low B tier, but I don't think it's mid. I think it's slightly above mid. So B tier works. Forest. This one, I mean, I was trying to convince myself to put a classic Forest in S, but I'm gonna put it in A. It is a high A tier though, because dude, Forest is such a classic. Forest and Plains. I've been saying this like the whole video. Sorry, I'm like readjusting in my chair. Sorry if that's where you hear the squeaks are. But yeah, Forests are just such a classic. They have wood. What do you need first in the game when you open the game? Wood. Forests have a ton of it. Forests have all of it. Dude, it's so good. There's so many caves in forests. There's mobs in forests that are actually like easy to, run away from, as opposed to plains where you just kind of have to hope and pray. But yeah, forests are great because they have wood, the best starter biome in the entire game. If you want to start a world, you want to start in a forest. At least in my opinion. Like just a classic forest because they're like a forest plus a plains biome. Best two biome combination. I think they won Duo of the Year in like 2014 and 15 or something like that. Forest biome, A tier. Can't get much better than that. Flower forest is the same thing as a forest with flowers. It's literally the same thing as plains and sunflower plains. It's just forest and flower forest, the same thing, except it's just a a more quaint vibe, a more homey vibe. Same thing as sunflower plains when compared to plains. A tier. Can't hate on it. Taiga. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me go on a rampage real quick. I have always hated taiga biomes for no good reason. I feel like taiga biomes is just like every other type of forest, but like worse in every way. Why would you want a taiga biome over literally any other type of forest? Because like the wood is worse, the foliage is worse, the terrain is worse, and the aesthetic is worse. So taiga is D tier. I can't put it in F because again it does have wood. It's not a terrible biome to start in, but I would never in a million years make like a final base in a taiga biome. I would never want to do anything in a taiga biome except if I find a village, then I would just raid all their houses and leave. Like taiga biomes are just forests but bad. They're like the bad version of forest. I've always hated taigas. Not really, not really. I've never really had a good reason for it. I just hate it anyway. Mega taiga. See here, this is another well executed thing. I hate taigas, but I do appreciate what Mojang did with the mega taiga. I'm gonna put it in B because you know what I mean? I mean, it's just a taiga with better vibes. You got comically large trees. You got whatever that brown stuff on the ground is that isn't dirt. You got those little moss cobblestone chunks. I think that's a very unique addition that makes Mega Taiga. It gives it a more realistic vibe, I guess is what I'm going for. But yeah, I do like Mega Taiga because it also just looks cool. And of course, I mean, Mega Taiga, that name applies both to the trees in the biome as well as the size of the biome because I feel like they're always so big. I'm running through Mega Taigas for like 14 minutes of just waiting for it to see another biome, so it can get kind of annoying. But I can't hate on it. It's just a better version of the taiga. It's kind of like the mangrove swamp compared to the swamp, except I just hate the normal taiga more. So yeah, snowy taiga. I mean, really, you know what? Whoops. You know what I was saying earlier about how snowy biomes just being worse than the same biome. It's like real. I mean, come on. Like taiga biomes suck. Snowy taiga is like taiga, but with strays and polar bears that will kill you. Snowy taiga, there's nothing good in snowy taigas except villages, which you can find in deserts. You can find in plains. You can find all the variants of deserts and plains. You can find in, a bunch of other biomes. That argument fell apart quickly. But still, snowy taigas are just taigas but worse, and I already hate taigas. So yeah, birch forest. Let's see. I actually. I'm gonna put this in B because I feel like it's like the regular forest just gives you like a homey, cozy, sweet vibe that like other types of forests can't give you. Of course, flower forest is just a regular forest but with flowers. Birch forest is like a whole different type of forest. You got different colored leaves, you got different colored grass, and you got different colored wood. Like, of course, it still gives you wood. Spawning in a birch forest is really good, actually. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just the only advantage you have over it for regular forest is just how it looks. But yeah, birch forest, again, a great biome to start in. But it's just, I don't know, it feels like the uncanny valley version of regular forest. You know what I mean? But I can't hate on it. It's still a good biome. Also, there's that little spin-off that's the tall birch forest. I think it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, speaking of spin-offs, I just looked at my other computer and I realized I forgot the second of three biomes of that were missed within this little thing. After Savannah, we had Savannah Plateau, and then after Beach, I was supposed to rank Snowy Beach. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that really quickly. Snowy Beach would be F because it's just a beach with snow. It's the same thing as Taiga, except Beach is actually already an F. Taiga has wood. What does Beach have? Nothing. Sand. I mean, you can get sand literally everywhere else. So yeah, sand plus snow, two of probably the most useless items in the entire game, and probably two of the most common items in the entire game as well. So even if you do need them, you can find them literally everywhere. Yeah, nothing really much other than those two items. So Snowy Beach is a very, very high, I mean low, not bad, very low F tier. Like very low F tier. I hate snowy beaches. Yeah, I have a bone to pick with snowy beaches. So there we go. We got Savannah Plateau is in D tier in spirit, and we got Snowy Beach is in F tier in spirit. So yeah. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Dark Oak Forest. I mean, I've seen a lot of people who love this biome because I don't even know why. Like, it just looks cool. I guess it does have a lot of wood, I will admit. But I've never really understood the hype. I mean, of course, you have woodland mansions, which is probably the rarest structure in the entire game. So, like, if you find one of those by pure chance, I don't know how the hell you pulled that off. You only find those by cartography maps. But yeah, Dark Oak Forest, I'm gonna put in B, because again, I can't hate on it, it's a forest. I put regular forest in A, okay? Forests are always good, but just, there are some forests that are better than others. I mean, of course you have wood. Also, Dark Oak Forests are kind of terrifying. I do kind of like them for the fact that you can walk on the treetops. They're very dense. The densest type of forest in the entire game. You can literally just walk across the leaves without jumping on the, canopy of the forest. But it's also, that's a good thing. And what is a bad thing about Dark Oak Forest that kind of cancels it out is it's very dark. Because of how much canopy there is, even during the day, like monsters can spawn in Dark Oak Forest and just hunt you down during the middle of the day. It's very weird. It's a great place to get a lot of wood though, and it's a forest. So B tier, yeah, done. Cool. Pale Gardens F. Jungle. Oh my goodness, jungle. Holy. Jungle is like the most slept on biome in the entire game. I love jungles, and I don't quite know why. Jungles are just like a more vibrant, a more homey, a more unique, a more, comically large in terms of the trees there, version of the forest. And also, by the way, side note, I love jungle wood. If you saw my Minecraft wood tier list that I made like 3 years ago, jungle wood is S tier. And I stand by that to this day. Jungle is an S tier biome. I don't know why everyone always sleeps on the jungle. I love the jungle. Also, dude, jungle villages, I know those aren't... Why is there a balloon in my yard? Sorry, I just looked outside. It's getting dark, and I just saw a balloon in my yard. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, jungle, S tier, because I don't know. Oh yeah, jungle villages. That's what I was talking about. When there's a village that spawns like on the edge of the plains in a jungle, all the houses and the villagers that are in the jungle part of the village have like this unique look, dude. It's so cool. Everything about jungles are just great. I mean, the only drawback is I feel like they're like a little bit hard to navigate if you're in like a modified jungle, but like you can just terraform. I mean, like. Jungles are great. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about jungles. They just give off the best vibes. I love jungles, and I always have. And also just the word jungle. It's so fun to say. I'm gonna add that to my list of cool words list, along with like icicle and that whatever that city is, like Tegucigalpa. It's like the capital of Georgia or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Jungle, S tier. Love jungles. Sparse jungle is like if a plains and a jungle had a baby, basically. It's just exactly what it sounds like, a jungle. Plains with far and apart trees, but not too far and apart trees. I mean, just look at this picture. But those trees are jungle trees. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. I just realized that, yeah, you can't see the full thing. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. I'm gonna do it so that it's right here. Yeah. All right, cool. That should be good. Anyway, yeah. Sparse jungle. If it happens again, I'll just re-expand the OBS. My bad for doing that. Anyway, yeah, sparse jungle. I mean, it's just plains plus jungle, so I can't hate on it. But I also don't like. Plains is great by itself. Jungle is good by itself. I feel like the hybrid between them is like kind of. It's not too far on either side. I can't really love that. Gonna put it in B because I can't. I also can't hate it, but like it just. You can't have a baby between plains and jungle. You know what I mean? I mean, you can because it's right here, but you can't have a good one. This is like the best that a plains plus jungle combo will ever be, and it's still not good. So, B tier. for the sparse jungle. Bamboo jungle, another one straight into S because again, it's kind of like the plains and sunflower plains. It's kind of like the forest and flower forest. It's just like jungle's little young cousin. Like bamboo jungle is just jungles but with pandas and bamboo. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a cool little kind of inlet of the jungle, cool little area of the jungle where you get to see a unique little thing. Also, it still looks so cool. Even just the bamboo within the jungle, it incorporates so well into the environment. That's another thing, the environment of the jungle, the vibe of the jungle. Oh my goodness. I love the jungle. Bamboo jungle, another S tier, goes right along with the regular. Jagged peaks. What even is a jagged peaks, bro? I mean, like, come on. Like, like, this is one of the newer biomes in the game, and I feel like it tries to be good. I don't know. It's like mountains with snow. Like, I don't like snow, and I don't love mountains. I can't love the jagged peaks. I'm gonna put the jagged peaks in D, because, I mean, what is there? Just, like, look at this. There's stone and there is snow. And, I mean, of course, there's goats, but, like, what do those even do? So, yeah, Jagged Peaks is going to be D tier because it really has nothing memorable. Yeah, that's my take on Jagged Peaks. I do not FW Jagged Peaks. Frozen Peaks, literally the same thing. I will not be convinced otherwise. It's the same thing. I mean, it's not because it's clearly not. I mean, look at the picture. Frozen Peaks is just jagged peaks, but like half the stone is replaced with ice. And there's probably more powdered snow based off of looking at this image, and I hate powdered snow. So yeah, if anything, this should actually go in F. But these are like the same things, so I'm gonna put it in D. The only thing these things having going, the only things these biomes have going for them is scenery. I will admit they do look great. Like, there are a bunch of seeds I'd be seeing on, like, whenever a video pops up in my TikTok or whatever. It's like, great Minecraft seed, 2025 or whatever. It's like jagged peaks and frozen peaks, like a ton of them, and it looks beautiful. And I'm like, okay, cool, but, like, what else? First of all, it's so hard to navigate. Second of all, powdered snow. Third of all, what does it have other than looks? Stone? I mean, really? Like, you can get stone in several other places in the game, actually. So, I've just never understood the hyper on Jagged Peaks because I think there's so many other biomes that also look really cool that you can actually build a base and are easy to navigate, like a jungle, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I'm going to put this in D tier as well because it is also another clone. I'm actually gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on, give me a second. I don't know if this is actually gonna reflect in the regular. Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. All right. Hopefully you can just see my entire screen now. This is my little OBS little gadget right here. Yeah. Wow, we are 32 minutes into this video. This is a very long video. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Jagged Peaks and Frozen Peaks and Stony Peaks are all the same thing, except Jagged Peaks is 50% stone and 50% snow. Frozen Peaks is 25% stone, 25% ice, 25% snow, and 25% what's it called? Powdered snow. So it's just kind of just annoying, but it looks cool. Stony Peaks is 100% stone. But like of course I made up all those statistics. I just had deja vu. I've been here before. That was very weird. Anyway, I just made up all those statistics. Those are not real, but they're such similar biomes. They're all the same biome. They look really cool, but they have nothing to offer of value, and they're extremely difficult to navigate. So I'm kind of like ranking these all as one biome, if anything, because they're so similar. I mean, really. Let's see, what can I do? Can I do like this? Oh yeah, I can actually. That's pretty cool. You can just barely see the bottom row. Meadow. I fuck with meadows so heavy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting meadows in A, dude. Meadows just have a vibe. You know what I mean? Meadows are just great. I mean, it's kind of annoying to get to them because usually they're at the top of hills at like Y level 110 or something, but they have like a ton of flowers and stuff. They have, you know, far in between trees. You can see there's like one tree in this picture. And just the vibe of meadow and the fact that it's called a meadow in the first place, I love that word. It's so cool. It's a great place to build a base in my opinion. If you're near like a place you can get wood, which like every one of these biomes would be because forests are so common. Yeah, meadows are great. I can't hate on meadows. Solid A tier biome. Great place for literally everything except wood, which you can get other places. Cherry Grove, straight into S. Oh my goodness, I love this biome. This is another one of like the more recent additions that they actually did well. Kind of like the mangrove swamp. Yeah, I love the Cherry Grove. And another one of our 2 week phases, I think like two week phases ago, my group had bases in a, oh yeah, because that was the world when, oh my god, I went to Japan for a week on a school trip, and I came back, and my house was, first of all, they blew it up, and then they replaced it with like a giant dick. Yeah, that's just my friends. I don't know why they blew up my house. They also stole my stuff, but that's to be expected. Anyway, that all happened in Cherry Grove, but I still love the Cherry Grove because it's a Cherry Grove, dude. Oh my goodness, I love Cherry Groves. It's great. It's so unique. It's kind of like what the Pale Garden wants to be. Even though the Cherry Grove was implemented in the game first. By the way, I never explained Pale Garden, and I'm not going to. It just sucks. It's perfect F tier. Cherry Grove is just so vibey. It's so cool, dude. That little addition they made to the game where they like the petals kind of like flow down and you see them like below the trees, dude. It's beautiful. The wood is beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. Even the color of the grass, the small things, everything is perfect about a Cherry Grove. Straight into S tier, easy S tier biome. A normal grove is F. Here's why. When I was doing, I didn't even know a normal grove biome existed until I was doing research for this video. But what a grove is just a snowy taiga, except the ground instead of grass is powdered snow. Why? Like, okay, so taiga biomes suck because they're the worst type of forest, and I explained that earlier. I'm not going to expand upon it now. Any biome's snow version is worse than its normal self, and I already hate taiga, so snowy taiga is even worse than regular taiga. And a grove is just a worse version of the worst version of an already bad biome. This is like, might actually be the lowest tier biome in the entire game. A grove, what does it have? Wood. The worst type of wood in the game. You sink into the ground and you freeze to death every 5 seconds as you're walking through it. And looking from this picture, there's a ton of hills, so it's very hard to navigate. It's very hard to see. You have a bunch of strays. Actually, Arctic foxes are good. I was about to say Arctic foxes, but then I realized that's a good thing. They're cool. But yeah, strays suck. I hate strays. Polar bears suck. I don't even know if they're here. But yeah, dude, groves are just... I hate taigas. I hate snowy taigas. Groves are just like the next tier down from snowy taiga. So perfect F tier. Snowy slopes. I mean, come on, man. Like, what even is a snowy slope? Like a snowy slope. That was a massive voice crack. Ignore that. Is like, what even? Like, I feel like it's pretty similar to these, except like it's just less scenic and more annoying. If anything, it's like closer to F than all three of those biomes are. Snowy slopes. This is like might actually be the only biome in the game. Look at this picture. What do you see? Snow and what else? Nothing. I mean, no trees, no scenery, no structures. You don't even see any other... Oh my... Like, what is there here? Snow? If anything, I should put this in F, but I'm not going to because I'm so mad about Grove being F. And it also looks kind of the same as this. But yeah, I mean, you go here to get snow, I guess. And it does look cool. I'll give it that. It looks cool. But other than that, I mean, it has nothing, and I mean nothing going for it. Extreme Hills, next up. I grew up calling it Extreme Hills. They renamed it to Windswept. I'm going to continue calling it Extreme Hills because that's what I grew up calling it. Anyway, about the biome itself, it's just annoying to navigate. It looks kind of weird. I've always never really liked this shade of grass. It's in some biomes. It's, you know, Extreme Hills is one of them. I don't know if it's in any others. Kind of meadow, but like meadow has flowers, so that's permissible. But yeah, taiga. Yeah, that's another one. I hate that shade of grass in taiga. But yeah, Extreme Hills. What does it have? It's annoying to navigate. It is kind of cool because what I was saying about Windswept Savannah is that it's really cool to... If you find a good place to build a base in a Windswept Savannah and in Extreme Hills, it's a great place to build a base. As long as there's wood nearby. Because it's scenic, but it's also hard to navigate. And I feel like it's just kind of a... Like, a Windswept Savannah is just a better version of Extreme Hills. Because Extreme Hills is just... Is that thunder? It was. Oh my goodness. Yeah, an Extreme Hills is just a more boring version of a Windswept Savannah, so I'm going to put it in C because it's kind of mid. I can't hate on it because I guess it has emerald ore and I guess it looks cool. Sometimes you can build a base there, but they're just better places to build a base. You know what I mean? And you need wood nearby, but that's not hard to come by, as I was saying in Meadow. You know, there's always wood nearby everything. Same Gravelly Hills, I feel like is just the next tier down. Like, Gravelly Hills tries to be Extreme Hills, but can't because it's just worse. And Extreme Hills tries to be Shattered Savannah, but it can't because it's worse. So Gravelly Hills, it's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, you'll never believe this. It's great for gravel. If you need gravel, I don't know why you would ever need gravel, because gravel's kind of actually might be the most useless item in the entire game. You can't even build bridges with it, but you can with dirt. So like gravel, I mean, it does give you flint actually. So maybe I'm just stupid, but yeah, Gravelly Hills, it's exactly what it sounds like. I don't need gravel ever, and I don't like hills. So, gravelly hills is a pretty solid D tier biome. I'm going to take a 15-second hiatus because I'm going to close my blinds. It's like, yeah, you can see the time at the bottom right of the screen because I changed it on OBS. But, yeah, it's getting a little bit dark outside, so I just had to close my blinds. Now, starting with the biomes, I'm going to kind of speed run through these next three because I don't really think these are biomes. Deep Dark, Dripstone Cave, and Lush Cave. I mean, I know they are. Like, in the game's code, they're biomes. I just refuse to believe they are because a biome, like, if you Google the word biome, in no instance does it indicate a cave. Caves are not biomes. Like, I know they are, but I'm just going to maintain that they're not. Anyways, Deep Dark. I mean, Ancient City is cool. Deep Dark would be so good if it wasn't, like, literally the hardest thing to do in the entire game. Like, they made Deep Darks way more difficult than they had to be. Why did they make ocean monuments so difficult? I don't know where I was going with that. That it just reminded me of ocean monuments. Anyway, yeah, Deep, I mean, they're really not, but, like, for the rewards you get, they are. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Deep Dark, I mean, I'm putting it in C just because of how hard it is to do. You gotta... First of all, Ancient Cities are, like, rare as hell. Wardens will spawn if you, like, literally breathe too hard, and that's actually not even a joke. Like, if you make any noise, they will spawn. And, I don't know, they just made it way too hard. They also made it way too rare. Ancient Cities are great, but they made it way too hard. And so I hate Deep Dark, and so it's C. It should honestly be lower, but I already put it in C. I like it because it's unique. And, you know, I've had a couple worlds where I was in creative. I / located a Deep Dark Ancient City or whatever. I went down. I had night vision so I could see everything. Like, Ancient Cities are cool. They're really sick, but they're just so difficult. C tier. Dripstone Cave and Lush Cave. I know I said caves aren't biomes, so I feel kind of bad for, like, actually rating them pretty high. But I'm gonna put both these in A because you can't go wrong with a good Dripstone or a Lush Cave. I love these caves. Oh my goodness. If this was just, like, ranked based off how fun it was to go through, these would be an S. Because, dude, these are, like, I love the cave update. I know Mojang's kind of an incompetent organization. They don't do a lot of great things. But even still, Dripstone and Lush Caves, great additions to the game. Yeah, I love them, even though, you know, you can actually in this picture pretty much see absolutely nothing. You need, like, a bunch of either a shit ton of torches or night vision. But Lush Caves, if anything, I think Lush Caves are just a little bit better. But I think the two of them, Dripstone and Lush Caves, phenomenal additions to the game. I love those things. So solid A tier. I mean, could be S, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna put them in A because I can't live with myself putting caves in S tier in a biomes tier list. Like, they ain't even, like, how are caves biomes? I don't know, it's very weird. But I do love Dripstone and I do love Lush Caves. Yeah, anyway, we have now, the entire screen is now the tier list, so we're gonna have to scroll down every time. Oh, and perfect, we've gotten to the nether biomes. Okay, nether biomes. Should I? Whatever. Nether waste, D. I mean, okay, listen, I know it is the classic nether. I know it's like the OG. I know everyone, you know, when they think of the old nether, they think of the nether waste. But you know what you also think of when you think of the old nether? The old netherrack texture. And that actually might be like, looking at the old netherrack texture has the same effects as your body as taking Fent. Like, it's just hell. And associating that with nether waste alone brings it down a full tier. Like, nether waste is just, it's just, I mean, I know I only have this notion because I've been playing this game since before the nether update, but it's just the default nether. Like, it's just the default nether. There's nothing there of note except lava and a shit ton of ghasts. And ghasts, like, dude, when you, well, like, late game when you can deal with ghasts, like, easily, great, fine, whatever. But, like, early game when you're just getting to the nether, ghasts are so annoying, dude. Like, they actually just, like, hurl fireballs at you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm low-key spitting. That's 100% truth. Yeah, nether waste D tier because it's really got nothing of note other than ghasts. But yeah, pretty cool. Soul Sand Valley F. I hate the Soul Sand Valley because why would they give... There was one mob in the game that has aimbot, right? And it's skeletons. Why would they make that mob spawn in the biome that makes you walk slower, which makes you more susceptible to aimbot? Like, oh my goodness. It's so annoying. You need soul speed. Like, I know soul speed, it's such a niche enchantment. You really only need it for one thing, which is a Soul Sand Valley. And literally all the other time in the entire game, it's completely useless. but like you need it so bad for the Soul Sand Valley. Like they coded this into the game knowing damn well that the only way you'd be able to like truly conquer one of these biomes is with that very rare enchantment. By the way, yeah, that's a very rare enchantment, Soul Speed. But yeah, Soul Sand Valleys, I hate skeletons, first of all, because I play on Bedrock usually, so they have aimbot. And dude, trying to avoid skeleton arrows while traveling approximately 0.1 miles an hour on Soul Sand in the Soul Sand Valley is just impossible. I always just stay away from Soul Sand Valleys by default. Because I just hate them. Yeah, anyway, Crimson Forest. It's kind of similar to Dripstone and Lush Cave with Crimson and Warp Forest, because I do like Lush Cave a bit better than Dripstone, but they both go in A. And again, I like Warp Forest a little bit better than Crimson, but they both still go in A because I really appreciate the fact that Mojang added this to the game. I mean, I feel like I've been insinuating that Mojang has a bunch of shit addition to the game. I mean, they do. Actually, it's more about what they don't do than what they do, actually. But anyway, yeah. I really do like that Mojang added Crimson and Warp Force to the game because it adds such a great level of uniqueness to a formerly barren area in the Nether. Before the Nether was just fully Nether Waste. The Crimson and the Warp Forest are just great. Crimson Forest, they're a bit more dangerous than Warp Forest. That's really the only drawback because Crimson Forest have Hoglins, which are, I believe... they are always naturally hostile. No, yeah, because piglins aren't hostile if you wear gold, but piglins are also in Warp Forest. So, but hoglins are hostile. Warp Forest have Endermen, which are just good because you can get Ender Pearls, and they also don't attack you unless you look at them. So there's actually, I don't know if there's like any huge danger to even being in a Warp Forest, even though it's in the Nether, which is kind of crazy. It's probably the safest biome in the Nether. I do love the Warp Forest wood and the Crimson Forest wood. I think they're very unique. They're very cool. They're both. I just love the vibes of the Nether Forest. I think it's such a great idea, and like it's one of the very rare things that Mojang's done. I mean, I don't mean to keep shitting on Mojang like as a company. It's because again, it's more about what they don't do than what they do. But they had a great idea, and they also had a great execution on it. Which I don't know. We don't see that a lot. There's at least a couple biomes over here that I was talking about, like great idea, bad execution. No, these two are good idea, good execution. I love Crimson Forest. I love Warp Forest. I think they were phenomenal additions to the game. They're so unique. They're so cool. I like Warp Forest a little bit better, just like I like Lush Cave a little bit better than Dripstone. But yeah, both solid A tier because. Like, when you open that first Nether portal, you want to be in one of the forests. Like, ideally, you're in one of the forests. So, yeah. Both A tier. I don't know if there's any other things. These have Enderman, these have Hoglins. Yeah, that's really the only difference. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Basalt Deltas. Look, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen so much hate around the Basalt Deltas. Like, everyone always hates the Basalt Deltas because they're... out of any of the dimensions, any of the biomes in any of the dimensions, it's the hardest biome in the entire game to navigate. I will admit that. Basalt deltas are extremely difficult to navigate. You can like make one slip and lose everything because they're just random lava pits that are literally impossible to escape from. But I'm gonna be honest, I've actually always really liked the Basalt deltas. I'm gonna put it in B just because again, it's so insanely difficult to navigate. But dude, it's one of the most beautiful biomes in the entire game. I mean, look at that. Like, Basalt Deltas, it's so pretty. It, like, the atmosphere of Basalt... I hate magma cubes. I don't know why they keep attacking me. I hate that it's so hard to navigate, but it's beautiful. Basalt Deltas are beautiful. They're so unique. I like the Nether update's one of the greatest updates in recent memory. I mean, it's not very recent anymore because it was like 6 years ago. But yeah, Basalt Deltas... I just think they're a great biome. I mean, I know I just listed a bunch of the bad things about the biome and, like, almost none of the good things. But, what even are the good things? I mean, it looks cool. Once you're very far into the game and you can actually like safely navigate Basalt Deltas, you can terraform it and it can be so pretty. I mean, like Basalt Deltas has so much potential to be turned into something even better looking than it already does. I've never understood the hate around Basalt Deltas. I mean, I have actually. I've understood the hate. I've just never agreed with it. So I think Basalt Deltas is B tier. It can't be A tier just because of there are a couple just obvious drawbacks that I can't ignore. But Basalt Deltas, I can't put it any lower than B tier. It's just there's something about it, man. I don't know. I've always loved Basalt Deltas. The End. These are kind of like... By the way, apparently there's like 6 different types of End Island biomes. Fuck that. I'm glad that whoever made this tier list made it just one. So, yeah. Sorry for like the, intermittent profanity that's kind of split throughout this video. But my bad. I'm not going to apologize further. The End. I mean, it's cool because you beat the game there. Other than that, it's quite literally useless. There's absolutely nothing there except obsidian. Um, I'm putting it in D tier when really it should go in F tier. The only reason it's above D is because you beat the dragon there, but it as a biome and a biome alone, it's low-key in F. But I can't put it in F because you beat the game there. You know what I mean? Ender Dragon, you beat it there. You go through all these other biomes in the entire game in both other dimensions just to get to this one once and beat the Ender Dragon. There's a bunch of obsidian, but other than that, it has absolutely nothing to offer. I mean, Netherrack is just a better version of Cobblestone, I guess, but Cobblestone's still much easier to get, and you know, it's just a D tier biome. You know what I mean? There's nothing to write home about in the End biome. The End Islands, however, I'm putting these in A for one reason and one reason only: End cities. People always make the argument that like end cities, you know, like if you have the gear to raid an end city, you don't need the loot that's in the end city. I hear that argument all the time. I have a couple things to say about it. First of all, it's wrong because that gear in the first place, you get a lot of it from end cities. Second of all, dude, raiding end cities is just like after you beat the game, after you've advanced far in the game, it's one of the best feelings just raiding an end city because you can. Like, you're there, you have an elytra already, you have perfect maximum gear and everything, netherite, everything. You just see an end city, raid it, you know, get a bunch of shulker boxes. It's a great feeling. I've always loved raiding end cities, and so I feel like it's A tier. And I've never really agreed with that argument, so, like the one I just mentioned a couple minutes ago. And, yeah. End Islands, the end cities alone bring it to A tier. It's also, I don't know, it does look cool. I will admit the chorus fruit looks pretty cool. I think that's a little end city right there. But yeah, End Islands, solid A tier. Wow, oh my goodness. When I started this video, I did not realize how long it would be. I also didn't realize how little biomes would be in S. If anything, I would probably, if I had to do one, I'd probably put Warped Forest in S, but I think it just fits better in A. I just think it's the highest A tier. It's the next best biome after the... Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm yapping. But, yeah, that was my Minecraft biomes tier list. Dude, jungles are like my favorite thing in the game. Cherry Grove, oh my goodness. I hate Soul Sand Valleys. I hate all these biomes. You know that already, though, because you watched this video. I mean, you probably didn't. You probably just skipped to the end. But, yeah, I spent a long time making this. How long is this video? 51 minutes. Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, that was my Minecraft biomes tier list. I don't know why I made this. I don't know why it took me so long to make this. But, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you agree with my picks. That I kind of went very in depth on like literally all of them. So, I don't know why I made this. This is low-key overkill. But, yeah, that is my Minecraft biomes tier list. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Sorry. The third biome, the third other biome is Windswept Forest, which is literally just windswept hills. Yeah, this extreme hills, but forest. I'm putting that in B because I don't know. The extreme hills are cool. It's just a better version of extreme hills because it has more readily accessible wood. Sorry, forgot about that until now. The three biomes that are missing here: Savannah Plateau, I also put in D tier. Snowy Beach, I put in like mega F tier, and now Windswept Forest, I'm putting in B tier. Sorry, but that's 53 biomes total. 50 of them are here. Whoever made this missed 3 biomes, but whoever made this also great job making this tier list. I'm just yapping to extend runtime at this point. I mean, if you haven't clicked off already, feel free to click off now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, it's raining. It just started raining. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be raining when I go to sleep tonight. Maybe. Yes. Yay. Anyway, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know why I spent so long making it. This is my Minecraft tier list. I'm kind of a I spent a long time doing Minecraft, so I feel like I had a lot to say about a lot of these, which is why this video went so long. So sorry for making it so long, but let me know what you think. Yeah, never really done something like this before. Wow, that came out very convoluted. Never really done something like this before, especially this long. But yeah, oh my god, I need to stop yapping. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm saying that for the 12th time now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, and let me know what you think. That's my list. My official list of the Minecraft biomes tier list. That's about it. See ya.